To 10 p.m. at the Evans Town Center Park. The event will feature the Landshark Band and admission is free. Add your events. Log on to WJBF.com. Keyword Community Calendar.
Get epic discounts up to 75% off. From electronics to home decor to everything in between. It's a new deal every week. Just scan the QR code or enter WJBF.com and click on Marketplace to start saving now. Get clear, accurate stories that don't waste your time at WJBF.com. The Live 5 for 6 mobile app. Download it today.
Now on News Channel 6 at 5, construction continues on a new school in McDuffie County.
We're going to update you on the timeline at Maxwell Elementary as your News at 5 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery.
I'm Brad Beans. We do thank you for joining us.
And there is a lot of weather moving through our area right now. We want to get a check of the forecast for sure.
Our chief meteorologist, Jenna Petracci, and the entire weather team have been tracking it all, and Jenna joins us now.
Well, we do have those stronger storms still impacting our South Carolina counties, but luckily that severe thunderstorm warning we had earlier has been expired. So right now we're just left with a couple stronger storms and those special weather statements, which we'll take a look at in a moment. Now notice back to the west of us, we have widespread rain from North Georgia all the way down to South Georgia, and there is still some heavier downpours here, and there was actually a confirmed dangerous tornado to the south of Atlanta just a couple hours ago. So within this batch of rain, even though it doesn't look very strong, we do have some rotation there, so we're watching that very closely. But our chance of severe weather for the rest of this evening is decreasing significantly. You can see we have a special weather statement for parts of Barnwell and Bamberg counties now, but most of that stronger storm activity and the heavy rain is now moving off towards the east. Here's a closer look at Saluda County now. We have a couple lightning strikes with heavy rain over town, then down towards the southeast, widespread light rain across Aiken County impacting Wagner, Sally, Williston, and Elko, and those stronger storms now exiting Barnwell and Bamberg counties. Right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, a cloudy but dry view of Washington Road, and our current temperatures are anywhere from the upper 60s in Aiken to the low 80s in Sylvania. So we do have a big variety of temperatures. It's cooler in places that are seeing the rain, of course. 76 in Lincoln, 78 in Gibson. You can see our dew points are starting to fall down into the upper 60s. We had some mid-70s earlier when we had more instability, but the atmosphere is becoming a bit more stable. We do have those gustier winds, though, in our South Carolina counties like Barnwell. Where you're seeing the red color here, that's indicating the possibility of gusts up to around 35 miles per hour. The rest of our evening will still have the chance of rain and storms, and we'll have more storms on the way for Friday. I'll have a look at that coming up shortly, but back to you.
All right, Jenna, thanks. Coverage you can count on continues now with a little more than a year passing since McDuffie County school leaders broke ground on a state-of-the-art elementary school.
And now they're working to finish construction in time for the upcoming school year. Graham Lee reports.
At last year's groundbreaking, school leaders were expecting to finish construction on the new J.A. Maxwell Elementary School this week. But this week also marks 8 months since Hurricane Helene hit our area, which put a pause on this $36 million project. The hurricane, along with snowstorms during the winter months, pushed back construction by 2 weeks. Despite the minor setback, the project is back on schedule.
Right now, we're probably at about 90 and 95% complete. We should be finishing up. We have a fire marshal inspection on June the 13th, which we hope will at least get a temporary CO so we can start moving furniture in.
Work crews have been on the grounds the last several months getting the structure built. With most of the outside complete, the last phase is getting the inside in top-notch shape.
You're going to have high-efficiency HVAC systems. You're going to have state-of-the-art LED lights. All that saves energy for us as residents and taxpayers.
Superintendent Dr. Michelle Rhodes says there's other key features for the new school that will set itself apart from others in the county.
This school has an outdoor classroom area here at the front of the school behind me. We have a track for our pre-kindergarten students to ride their tricycles off the pre-K wing, but this school also has 4 STEM labs, and that is going to be a huge part of instruction here on a daily basis.
Rhodes also served in various roles for Maxwell Elementary nearly 20 years ago. She couldn't be more excited for the school's future.
It's just going to be something that the children in this community enjoy for many years to come, and it's going to provide a state-of-the-art education for our children.
Rhodes says after a few more finishing touches over the next few weeks, she expects construction to finish on the new school by the end of June and will be open in time for the 2025-26 school year. In Thompson, Graham Lee, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Back in Richmond County, where a man faces sexual exploitation charges, he's 26-year-old Robert Woods, accused of aggravated child molestation. Investigators say Woods molested a child several times. He is in the Webster Detention Center.
A third person has been arrested in a 2024 Richmond County murder. 18-year-old Kieran Walters was arrested in Gwinnett County and charged with the murder of 16-year-old Sadiq Brown. 18-year-old Malcolm Bryant and 20-year-old DeAndre Donovan were previously arrested in connection with the case. Brown was killed at A-Town Wings on Peach Orchard Road last July. The sheriff's office says the investigation is ongoing.
A local veteran injured in combat and his family are getting a home of their dreams thanks to the help of a nonprofit and local firefighters. Isabella Moody is here now with the story.
They don't want us to show the house yet because the veteran hasn't seen it. It's been built by a group, A Soldier's Journey Home. Saturday, retired Army Sergeant First Class David Mathis and his family will see this new fully accessible home for the first time.
He was injured, double amputee in 2017. So his wife also is a veteran, and she was a Marine firefighter. So that makes it unique for our situation.
A Soldier's Journey Home is a nonprofit that helps build these homes for injured veterans throughout the nation.
This is a 100% mortgage-free home. We also purchased the property for them as well. So when they move in, they have no house payment.
Local Columbia County and Augusta firefighters are helping build the home. They have been a part of the mission before. Scott Freeman, a lieutenant with the Augusta Fire Department, is a founding board member of the nonprofit.
Train our warriors. We send them off, right? They come back however they come back. We don't teach them to be civilians again. Some of the people we built for were just beyond living in a truck, homeless. They've earned it.
This is the fifth house retired Columbia County firefighter Roy Wright has helped build.
They signed the dotted line to go and sacrifice for us. So this is just my way of helping, being a part of something to give back. Just cool to be part of something here locally to help out a local veteran.
A Soldier's Journey Home builds one house a year. Volunteers from around the country come together to build a veteran's perfect home. But they do not want to just leave them after everything is all said and done.
We are here for about 18 to 20 days. The house itself starts, and we do it in 14 days. And then we have a huge footprint here, and then we're gone. So what we try to do is get the local community involved so that when we leave, they still have support systems around them.
This is the nonprofit's 11th build and first built in Georgia. You can find more information on A Soldier's Journey Home. You can find that on WJBF.com. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Isabella. The group reviewing Augusta's charter is narrowing down the most important issues in city government. The 11 members were secretly surveyed on what changes need to be made to the charter. The largest number of responses focused on the powers and authority of the mayor's office.
There's been a lot of talk in the community about the powers of the mayor and the powers of the administrator and how those are distributed, and we're just trying to work through it and see what happens.
The committee also voting to limit the time for public comments from 5 minutes to 3 minutes each, and added a new member after Payne College president Dr. Lester McCorn resigned.
The Richmond County Sheriff's Office meeting this afternoon with downtown Augusta business leaders. The effort is part of Sheriff Eugene Brantley's plan to build the relationship between the Sheriff's Office and business owners. Now that the new downtown safety plan has been fully implemented, one business owner says he's seen the impacts.
We all want a better downtown, and we all want downtown to grow in a positive and a safe way. And Sheriff Brantley and his staff have definitely given that route and have already made big changes in the last 6 months.
The Sheriff's Office planning to have these meetings every 4 months.
The Georgia Chamber of Commerce says recent trade agreements show Georgia's economic impact with $21 billion in trade with these countries in 2024. The 10% baseline tariff imposed. Coming up, cracking down on revenge porn in South Carolina.
How a new law would affect offenders next.
On CW6.
Over the years, thousands of people have gotten their hands on one. And who knows, you could be next. Win your very own Good Morning Augusta coffee mug at WJBF.com/coffee club. Sponsored by Honda Cars of Aiken.
In Columbia now, where the governor held a ceremonial bill signing of a law to stop the non-consensual sharing of sexual images. That's commonly called revenge porn.
Caroline Yaffa has the details.
The Disclosure of Intimate Images Act passed unanimously at the State House, and now it's officially illegal in South Carolina to send sexual images of someone without their permission. Governor Henry McMaster signed the bill into law, making it clear that receiving a photo from someone does not mean the sender agrees for it to be shared anywhere else. The posting or sharing of that intimate photo could mean up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine for the first offense. A second offense could land you behind bars for as long as 10 years, with a maximum of $10,000 in fines.
We got a lot of information from people, from their experiences. We've seen tragedies occur. We've seen these crimes occur. But this particular one in South Carolina was not a crime at the time, but it is now.
South Carolina was the last state in the country to pass a law like this, and lawmakers say this bill finally fills a gap in the state's privacy laws. In Columbia, I'm Caroline Yaffa.
Still ahead, cooking up success at the Webster Detention Center.
How some inmates are using restaurants to get a second chance at life after the forecast.
And our threat of flooding and severe weather is ending for tonight, but we'll have another threat for our Friday afternoon. I will time out all the details on that after this break.
Weather headlines on WJBF News Channel 6. Brought to you by Hickson Roofing. If your roof needs fixing, call Mr. Hickson.
At AO Multi-Special.
Get your tickets now at NASCAR.com/tickets. Don't miss your chance to experience the Xfinity Series live and in person.
The News Channel 6 mobile app is now even better. Download it today. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
Welcome back. It was a very stormy afternoon, especially across parts of Columbia, Richmond, Aiken, Edgefield counties, Burke County. It was our western counties that got spared from the strongest storms today, but they still have some light rain moving in from the west. And as for those strong storms, we have a couple special weather statements that have now expired as of 5:15. So just now, we are now done with all of the warnings, and we're not under a watch for the rest of this evening. So Luda, you just have some light rain over you now, the heavier showers and a couple lightning strikes moving out towards Columbia. And then you can see down towards the southeast here, light showers in between Williston and Barnwell, a heavy downpour near Bamberg, but all of the lightning now outside of our viewing area near Orangeburg. Now, Evans did pick up a ton of rain this afternoon over a very short period of time, 2 to 3 inches in some spots, and that has led to a couple flood reports. Unfortunately, some water even entered one person's home up there in Evans. Now, you can see over the past 7 days, not everyone has seen the same amount of rainfall. In fact, Jenkins and Screven County only around an inch, but notice where you're seeing this pink color here. That's indicating 5+ inches of rainfall over the last week, and that is making this now the 4th wettest month of May on record for Augusta Busch Field. Now, right now, our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam showing a very soggy view here in Aiken. 71 degrees, a northwest wind of 5 miles per hour. Dew points are in the upper 60s. And around the CSRA, Sylvania and Allendale still hanging on to those low 80s, but a lot of places cooled down from the rain today. You can see we have more storms down to our south along the Gulf Coast and all across the 2-state in Florida. It's all because of this warm front moving our way, and then tomorrow this cold front will come through the CSRA, and that'll bring us another chance of showers and storms starting in the afternoon. Your morning will be mostly cloudy in the upper 60s. We'll get into the low 80s in the afternoon, and you can see there is a slight risk of severe weather across the entire CSRA for Friday, and our primary threats being the heavy rain and damaging winds, secondary threats, hail, and tornadoes. Now, the rainfall chances are very high for Friday, but finally, we're back to dry and sunny weather as we head into the weekend, and those isolated shower chances will return by the end of next week. So here's our future cast tonight at 6 p.m. Showers and storms exit the area and will be dry overnight. The warm front lifts to our north, and then here comes the cold front. So a dry start to our Friday morning, but by around noon tomorrow is when we'll start to see some impacts again. Pretty quick moving, though, with this front. And then by Friday night into Saturday morning, high pressure takes back over. We'll have this northwest wind, and that'll actually bring in some cooler air for the start of our weekend. Here's a closer look at home tonight at 6 p.m. All the strong storms exit off to the east, and then it's just a messy light rain coming in tonight. We'll see some pockets of heavier rain possible here and there, but not expecting that to be severe. And then as we get into the overnight hours, maybe a few lingering showers, but nothing significant. Here's tomorrow at noon. Most of us still dry. The storms look to come in a little bit later now, more so around 1 to 2 p.m. The leading edge of this is where we'll have to watch for the damaging wind gusts, and once again, can't rule out hail and tornadoes. The worst of it's done by around 4 p.m., but still some lingering rain until we get to around 6 o'clock Friday evening. But then by 9 o'clock Friday night, we're completely drying out, and the weekend looks great. Mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the low to mid 80s, and look at that low temperature, 58 on Saturday morning. Now, our low temperatures tonight will be on the warmer side in the mid 60s, highs tomorrow in the low to mid 80s, and the 10-day forecast is showing the sunshine Saturday all the way through next Wednesday. Then we'll start to heat up, a high of 90 next Thursday, with those rain chances coming back into the CSRA.
Busy day, Jenna. Thank you. Local inmates are being celebrated for their achievements at a graduation ceremony today. They wrapped up educational or job-related requirements to get their Serve Safe certificates. These programs provide opportunities when inmates get out.
It teaches them job skills. It teaches them responsibility. We also have programs to help them learn to write resumes, and it just gives them a second chance.
As many times as we can offer, these opportunities, and they take on the challenge and accept them and excel, I think overall our community will be a lot better.
The Serve Safe program is a nationally recognized food and beverage safety program by the U.S. National Restaurant Association, and yes, these graduates will be able to work in a restaurant.
Up next, South Carolina in bloom.
How the city of Clemson is becoming a sanctuary for monarch butterflies. After the break.
At Lionel Smith, reliable. Call Raul Electric today.
At WJBF's Television Park Productions, our mission is to provide local businesses with top quality video and digital content at an affordable price. With decades of experience, our award-winning creative team will guide you step by step through the creative process, resulting in a successful marketing message for your brand. Over the years, we've helped hundreds of local businesses expand their voice. Visit WJBF.com/creative to find out how we can do the same for you.
For the best in unique men's sportisting, men's clothing.
Clemson, South Carolina is considered a monarch city, which means it's a destination for the monarch butterfly.
They plant milkweed up there, a plant that attracts the butterflies. It's all around the city. It's in full bloom now, so the butterflies just love it. Here's Ariana Meadows.
I'm in the Sedgefield neighborhood on Berkeley Drive, where you can find one of 4 monarch gardens in Clemson. The Monarch Garden to the right of the neighborhood entrance is a city and community effort to create a better space for birds, pollinators, and visitors. Urban land directors say monarchs are on the endangered species list as a threatened species. They must be protected. We're told the garden has 11 different plants that monarchs feed off of to protect them from predators. Climate change, pesticides, and deforestation are all factors contributing to the decline of these essential pollinators. Urban land directors say the more gardens planted to protect monarchs, the better. You can even create your own at home.
It's beautiful, and it's fun to watch it over the season because it comes up with certain flowers
in the spring, and then those kind of fade away, and then the summer flowers come, and then those fade away, and then we get some fall flowers. So it's a progression of color.
Leaders hope to plant 10 more monarch gardens in the city. In Clemson, Ariana Meadows.
That does it for us for this half hour. There is a lot more coverage you can count on at 5:30.
Including the fight over tariffs possibly heading to the Supreme Court, what it means for trade, national security, and presidential power. Next.
It's employee pricing with the Ford crew.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Them.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Now get employee pricing plus 3.9% for 72 months, plus up to $6,900 total savings on select F-150s. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Difference.
Your most watched local news is getting a big plus.
WJBF 6 Plus, built for the way you watch.
The CSRA's trusted news source, now on demand. Live Viper 6 weather when it matters most. Stream it anytime, anywhere.
Plus, it's totally free. No subscription required.
WJBF 6 Plus is ready when you are. Download it free today on your favorite streaming device. The CSRA is full of amazing women. Women who inspire. Women who innovate. Women who lead. That's why News Channel 6 brings you Women to Watch.
On the last Wednesday of each month, News Channel 6 recognizes local businesswomen who are making a positive impact in our community.
Nominate someone today at WJBF.com. Sponsored by Goodwill.
Coming up on your hometown kitchen, we got home chef Chanel Wells.
Bright, creamy, and full of zest, we're plating up a creamy lemon pasta that you want to twirl into.
Your hometown kitchen, Friday at 12:30 on News Channel 6. The live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us on News Channel 6 at 5:30. Topping today's headlines, a local hero injured in combat is about to get the surprise of his life, his dream home. It was built by a national nonprofit and local firefighters. The fully accessible house is mortgage-free, and the big reveal happens this weekend. It is now illegal in South Carolina to share intimate images without consent. Governor McMaster signed the bill into law, making it clear receiving a photo doesn't mean you can share it. First-time offenders could face up to 5 years in prison. A fresh start for some local inmates graduating with food safety certifications that can help land jobs after release. The Serve Safe program teaches skills, responsibility, and opens doors to second chances beyond the jail walls. Coverage you can count on begins with the Trump administration pushing back against a court ruling.
Station.
Time now for a first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. And wow, we had a lot of rain move through this afternoon.
It was a stormy day for sure, and unfortunately we did have some flooding go on up in Columbia County where they picked up 3 inches of rain over a very short period of time. Luckily, no severe thunderstorm damage reported at this time, but we did have 1 severe thunderstorm warning today in the CSRA for parts of Barnwell County. Now you can see it's mostly dry now, but we do have more rain moving in from the west. Right now in Live Viper 6, some light showers entering Wilkes County down to Hancock, and then Richmond County and Columbia County nice and dry, and all of the stronger and severe activity is now further into the Midlands, impacting around Columbia. Saluda County had some heavy rain earlier. That has now moved off into around Newberry County, then down towards the southeast. Denmark still seeing some light rain, same thing over Barnwell, but that threat of severe weather is now over with for the rest of today. It's looking good here on Washington Road. It definitely looked completely different just a couple hours ago, but now it's drying out. This is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. This is still yesterday's almanac, but we will continue to keep an eye on that. I can tell you that we picked up around 1.25 inches of rain today at Augusta Busch Field. So that is now making this the 4th wettest May on record. And it's possible with the rain coming in tomorrow that we could get very close to first place. Now around the CSRA, we're seeing anywhere from around 70 degrees to still around 80 in some of our southern counties, 74 in Gibson, 70 in Edgefield, Augusta at 71. Dew point's still pretty high, around 70, and you can see the winds are pretty gusty in certain spots, as we'll still see some light rain tonight, keeping our evening planner showing those chances of rain through 9 with temperatures down to the upper 60s. I'll have more details coming up shortly, but back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you in a few minutes. Louisiana police are investigating a disturbing incident after the body of an infant was recently found in Dallas, and it ended up at a Shreveport dry cleaner. The baby died in Dallas, rather. Police say an embalmed infant was found in a shipment of linens at a Shreveport uniform company sent from a Dallas funeral home. The baby was supposed to be cremated. Now investigators are trying to find out what went wrong.
Presents issues. Because typically when we have a child death in Louisiana, we have an autopsy. This is not really a child death in Louisiana. However, we don't come across finding children that didn't die in Louisiana. This is a very strange set of circumstances that, we're writing the book as we go on this one.
The police say they do not suspect foul play, but are investigating the negligence involved in this incident. The coroner is in possession of the child's body, and they'll work to get it back to the family in Dallas. The Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, New York. A Japanese company is looking to revolutionize your bathroom. We'll tell you how in What's Trending.
And our severe weather threat is over for tonight, but we will have more storms tomorrow with the possibility of them becoming severe. We'll finally be back to sunshine over the weekend, and we're heating up next week. I'll have that full Viper 6 forecast after What's Trending.
Tonight,
We turn now to a model turned beauty mogul, Hailey Bieber, who has officially sold her popular beauty brand for $1 billion just 3 years after launching. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis has the story.
Actress and model Hailey Bieber is officially adding mogul to her resume after striking a $1 billion deal to sell her skincare brand Rhode to beauty giant e.l.f. In a post on Instagram, Bieber writing, "I always had big dreams for the company, and the most important thing to me is to keep bringing Rhode to more spaces, places, and faces globally." Adding in an official statement, "From day one, my vision for Rhode has been to make essential skincare and hybrid makeup you can use every day." The fast-growing brand, just 3 years old, founded on Bieber's skincare philosophy of one of everything, really good, made up of innovative products that she says are intended to glaze your skin with goodness. Hailey Bieber building her business while facing numerous health battles, including a mini stroke and a hemorrhaging after giving birth. In reaction to the news, Hailey Bieber's husband, two-time Grammy Award-winning artist Justin Bieber, showing his support by sharing her announcement on his own Instagram, Hailey replying with a simple emoji and heart.
Well, that's good for her. Wow. She really came up. I love it for her. I love anybody who's winning and trying to better themselves. I'm a girl's girl. I cheer for everybody. I'm your ultimate hype woman. Well, that's all for a look at What's Trending. We're going to be hyped over this weather. We'll have to see, because I don't know. I see rain and storms, but cooler. I like that cooler. Jenna has a full look at your forecast coming up next. We're hyping her on, too. Go, Jenna. Go, Jenna. Go, Jenna.
Memory and thinking with limited time Memorial Day savings. Online at GeraldJonesFord.com.
For years, WJBF News Channel 6 and our partners have championed local families through our Children First campaign. Together, our mission has always been to strengthen our community by uplifting children and their families across the CSRA. Count on News Channel 6 as we make a difference in the lives of local children. To learn more, visit WJBF.com/Children First. WJBF News Channel 6's Children First initiative is sponsored by Bridgestone and by Costello Law Firm.
Hello? You gotta get your story straight. What an idiot. Get it through your noodle. Don't give a rat's behind. That's below.
A new era begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
Weekdays at 3 on News Channel 6. The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. We did have a couple flood reports today. One of those was Columbia County Emergency Management reporting water rising in the yard of a residence approaching their home. And then we also have Columbia County Emergency Management reporting water over the road on Ferry Road near Southern Pines Drive at Jones Creek. So those were up towards Columbia County, where they picked up 2 to 3 inches of rain over just a couple of hours. You can see our 24-hour rainfall total estimate showing 1.98 there in Evans, but where you see that yellow color there, that's where there was 2 to 3 inches of rain. Now, a lot of places in the CSRA only saw trace amounts, and that would mostly be in our western counties, but half an inch in Louisville, around an inch in parts of Aiken, Edgefield, and Richmond counties, and this has added to our Augusta total for the month of May. We've been tracking this because we know we're getting close to beating that record. So far for the month of May, we're at 8.02 inches. That's putting us in 4th place. You can see 3rd place, 2018, over 8 inches of rain. And in 1st place, it was the year of 1979 with around 9.5 inches of rainfall for the month of May. Now here on Live Viper 6, you can see more rain headed our way. So we're not done with it yet, but we are done with that chance of severe weather. So the storms have moved out towards the Midlands. There's still severe thunderstorm warnings happening over there. Light showers entering our western counties now. So still a cloudy and rainy night tonight, but don't have to worry about any strong to severe storms. Now, right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, it's overcast at SRP Park. We're sitting at 71 degrees. Winds are light out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. Low to mid 70s across the board here. We're continuing to see our temperatures a little bit cooler than normal because of all the clouds and rain this week. We have this warm front moving in though, and then notice behind this we have a cold front, and that cold front will impact us as we go into our Friday. So starting out the day dry and mostly cloudy, upper 60s, then we climb into the low 80s in the afternoon with the chance of rain and storms once again. But this will be the final day of it. There is a slight risk of severe weather for the entire CSRA, primary threats being heavy rain and damaging winds, but can't rule out hail and an isolated tornado threat. So it's a high chance of rain for our Friday. Then as we go into the weekend, we're finally nice and dry. You can see our feature cast here tonight at 7 p.m. showing the rain exiting. Will be dry overnight as that warm front lifts to our north. Then here comes the cold front. So a dry start to our Friday. Rain and storms will be here though Friday afternoon, and then we dry out Friday night. And behind that cold front, winds will come out of the northwest, bringing in cooler and drier air for the weekend. Now a few clouds possible on Saturday, but not expecting any more rain. Now here's a closer look tonight at 7 p.m. Notice it's just green here on our map, other than a few pockets of maybe some heavier downpours. But once again, the severe weather threat is over. We're not seeing much rain once we head into the overnight hours. Here's a look at Friday afternoon. We're dry at noon, so if you want to head out around this time to get some lunch, that would be a good idea, but then stay inside as this line of strong to severe storms comes through around 1 to 4 p.m. Now, once we get to around 5 o'clock in the evening, we'll still have some lingering rain, but by 6 o'clock, we're mostly dry, and then that dry air takes over as we go into the weekend. So your weekend weather looks great, 83 and 84 degrees, crisper air in the morning, upper 50s for both Saturday and Sunday morning, but tonight we'll have above average low temperatures in the middle 60s, so pretty mild. Then as we go into tomorrow, low to mid 80s, so overall near average, but notice over the next 10 days, we'll see the 80s for now, but once we get to Thursday of next week, that's when I'm forecasting 90 degrees again, and we'll start to see a few more chances of showers and storms as we head into that first week of June. But it has been such a rainy month, Dee. I'm a little bit tired of it.
But we got rid of the drought, so
Yes,
that's good.
we have.
Thanks a lot. Well, he showed up with signs, ambition, and a love for his team. A gutsy move at the ballpark by an unemployed fan. That's after the break.
When you see this face
on CW6, brought to you locally by Busby's Heating and Air, celebrating their 80th anniversary. When quality matters, call Busby's, trusted since 1945.
Every day, ordinary people in the CSRA do extraordinary things to serve our community. Each month, News Channel 6 recognizes these outstanding volunteers with the Giving Your Best Award. Do you know an everyday hero who goes the extra mile to help others? Nominate them for the Giving Your Best Award by visiting WJBF.com and filling out the entry form.
Sponsored by Science Co., Piedmont Augusta, Security Federal Bank, and News Channel 6.
Hi, I'm Richard Lawson, and we're celebrating Black Excellence.
Celebrating Black Excellence 365, only on News Channel 6.
What's going on? We need a job? Coffee King. There might be an opening. We'll have to get back to you.
Well, this is clever. This Mets fan who lost his job yesterday got creative and tried to land a gig with the Mets broadcast team, putting up signs on the railing in the stands, even offering to get coffee for analyst Keith Hernandez. I mean, why not? If you're like, hey, I need a job, I'm going to the game, this would be my dream gig, why not just go for what you know? You never know what you can get until you ask. Well, a closed mouth doesn't get fed, so I wish him the best. I hope he gets a job. Good for him. Well, that does it for now. We'll have more coverage you can count on coming up next at 6, including a secret survey reveals what Augusta's Charter Review Committee sees as the biggest issue in city government, and it all points to the mayor's power. We'll have that and more with Jenny and Brad next.
On WJBF News Channel 6, brought to you by Hickson Roofing. If your roof needs fixing, call Mr. Hickson.
I'm Shalonda Morris with Universal Plumbing. Do you know a great teacher who deserves recognition? Go to WJBF.com and nominate your favorite teacher today.
A bad accident